Now, art is very important to metal, in my opinion, because it's the first thing you see before even clicking on a song. It's the very first thing that catches your eye in the record store, and you just instantly drawn towards the album, and you need to check it out, even if it's absolute fucking shit. Doesn't matter, the art is very important. So today, we're going to do my top 12, that's right, 12, because it just looks nicer on the screen. Album black metal, specifically album arts of all time. These are the ones that instantly came to my head. I didn't go completely diving through everything, so there's probably loads I've missed off. I mean, there's some absolute essentials I've missed off from here. Immortals, At the Heart of Winter almost made it, and Transylvanian Hunger is an absolute classic, but these are my favourite 12, so let's go through them one by one. Starting with Ulver, Nathan's Madrigal. Now, I always had a hard time between this and Bergtat. I feel like I don't know which one I prefer more. Bergtat is more of an atmospheric album, whereas this is way harsher and heavier. Still has atmosphere, but it's more of a heavy album, but the artwork, come on. I mean, just the colour of everything, like a really nice painting, the wolf howling at the moon in the background, this withered tree, the clouds, just everything just looks so crisp and good. It does feel spooky, it does complement the music very much, and I'm pretty sure it was in the episode of The Sopranos. Pretty sure AJ had it in his room, so extra points for that, Sopranos fans. Love this album to pieces, and the logo doesn't really affect the art as well, so because sometimes, you know, the logo can affect the art if it's just slapped on in a really annoying place, but you can't really see it. It kind of blends in with the mountains or the ground that the wolf's standing on, so I really love this piece. Next up, absolute classic, Blood, Fire, Death. Can't have a list like this without Blood, Fire, Death coming in here, because it instantly popped into my head. Like, right at the kind of Valkyries, just the war happening, I love these kind of paintings, Renaissance paintings, that kind of style is one of my favourite styles. I was almost just going to throw everything like that on the list, but there's other iconic ones on here. Compliments the music, very epic sounding, you know, the song Blood, Fire, Death, Fine Day to Die, absolute epic, and this is an epic album art. Come on, you're fighting through the clouds. It's absolute beautiful, and the text is in a colour which again complements the album, so chef's kiss for that one. Next up is Druk, Blood and Our Wells. There's two different album arts for this one. There's the Russian version with them all on the kind of like sled thing, which I love as well. That's a really good album art. But I don't know why, I just prefer this one. I think it's like the faded out colours and the fact that it reminds me of Philosophem, which is why I put them right next to each other. I just love the way this one is painted. I love the way she looks. I love this album art to pieces. It also helps it's my favourite of all time. But yeah, I love it. Also, she's looking at this lady, Philosophem, the album that got me into black metal. Love the kind of washed out grey colouring on the album. Kind of lends itself to the music, more staticky, atmospheric kind of music. Yeah, I love the colour on this album, absolutely. I love this rock. I don't know why, I just love the rock. And then her just blowing the trumpet right at the logo of the band. Just everything about this is amazing. It's a 10 out of 10 album art, and I love it to pieces. I could have put His Les Sectars, which is really good and depressing, but this one is the one I always remember. So, yeah. And it got me into it. So there you go. Next up is Voice of Steel by Nocturnal Mortem. This one just absolute phenomenal art. Like the giant blacksmith. You got, again, the Valkyries kind of looking like the fire of a forge, dancing around the sword. The sword looks amazing, the hammer. Just everything about this one is amazing. You got this Valkyrie woman with a spear, looking stoic in the front. How big he is compared to the rest of them. Just the fire, the energy, the orange, and it complements the music because it's very pagan and very, Viking-like. And it's absolute perfect. You know what you're going to listen to when you see the art. You see the art and you're like, okay, I know what I'm in for. I know what I'm in for. A pagan-y good time. And yes, you are. Speaking of the album art complementing the music, Let mortal heroes sing your fame by summoning. Look at this. It's like tapestry. You know what I mean? And then you have the dragon with a really long neck, looking just majestic. You got the text above the summoning logo is perfect. It looks like it's part of the art. The logo looks like it's part of the art. Majestical. Could have picked many summoning albums. They all have really fantastic ones, but this one to me is a pure 10 out of 10. Again, very nerdy. You know what you're getting yourself in for. A Tolkien-esque adventure, and that's what you get with this album. And oh boy, this art is one of the best. Next up is Son of Tifrith by Absu. I just really like this one. I just think this one's cool. I love the warrior. I love his helmet. It feels like a Dark Souls boss, and I love Dark Souls. Speaking of, Elden Ring DLC out tonight. So maybe no more videos for a little bit. Yeah, I love his sword. I love the waves crashing around him. It's like you're fighting him in the music because it's very black speed kind of metal. Well, yeah, black speed, black thrash kind of metal with Absu. And there's no logo to be seen. Nothing, blocking the view. It's just pure, unadulterated art, and just everything just looks fantastic. Like, what's going on up here? These steps up here. Like, what is going on? What is going on? I don't know, but I want to fight him in a battle. Start rolling around him, hacking at his ankles. Really cool, Really cool. Next up, Panzer Division Marduk. This one is a bit of an outlier because, yeah, it's not quite as artistic as some of these others, but this complements the music absolutely perfectly. You got the bullets at the side, and then you have the tank coming straight towards you. Literally, it feels like a 3D model coming at you, going to shoot you, and it's just because the music is ferocious as hell, and all you need is a tank aiming at you, and it's going to be just balls to the walls, heaviness the entire way through. Yeah, I could have done without this right there. Maybe take the logo away and it would have been even better, but I still think it's iconic as hell, and it's still one of my favourite arts of all time. Next up, Alcest. There's loads of Alcest albums I could pick. Kodama, so almost picked it, but this one, the fact that you've got like this archway, and it looks like you're looking through the archway, half crescent moon, the logo blends in with the environment. You got this mermaid sheltering the guy with her hair, which blends in the sea. It just is a very nice art, which again complements the music because it's a very serene kind of music, beautiful music, but it's still dark. And I think that fits it well. This is easily one of my favourites of all time, which is why I've got the fucking vinyl behind me. Yeah, I talked about Alcest a lot, and this one is one of the best of all time. Next up is Sigh's Infidel art. I love this art. Again, it's very, Japanese themed, and it just complements the band so well because they're so strange, very avant-garde, kind of black metal, and I don't know. This just always popped out to me as the best. I could have done maybe without the Sigh logo there, or without the Infidel art, but the fact that he's just looking at it, and just how authentic it looks, because it is a kind of style, like samurai style. I love it. I love it to pieces. I almost went with one of the later albums, Heir to Despair, because it's absolute crazy, but I went with this one just because I like looking at it a little bit more. Next up, Dissection, Storm of Lightsbane. Need I say more? Absolute classic. It's just the Grim Reaper there, chilling, with this really cool purple sky in the background. You got winter, you got the mountains in the back, he's over an hourglass, your time is up, the Grim Reaper's here for you, and it's absolutely iconic. I can't not put this on here. Every time I'm listening to the album, I'm looking at the art. This may be even the best one, but every time I listen, I'm looking at the art because it's just that good. And last but not least, Inquisition's Ominous Doctrines of Perpetual Mystical Macrocosm. Again, the logo kind of blends in with the colouring here. It's just so strange. These spikes coming off. The eye right in the middle with the iris and the pupil. These other two, completely blank. Throwing up blood or tongs, I don't know, but it looks cool. The actual full art is my favourite, where it's like really long. This is just like a cut-out section. But even the cut-out section is absolutely phenomenal. Like, just everything about it is very cosmic, and it kind of, again, complements the music, because Inquisition on this album and some other albums, very cosmic, takes you to the cosmos, and that's what you get with this art. So, yeah, these are the ones that popped out to me the most. There is some others. Again, Transylvanian Hunger, Blaze of Northern Sky, they're all great. Emperor albums, they're fantastic. Immortal has really good albums as well, but these are my favourites. So let me know down below, what are your favourite black metal albums, arts of all time? And what do you think of my list? Do you hate some of these? Do you love them? Let me know, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.